This could have been 7-5 easily.
It could.
Um,
It could.
And the strange thing about it is, yes, Arsenal were great, but the strange thing about it was neither side at any stage were actually in control of the game. Yes, at 2-0, it seemed Arsenal were going to win it, but there was no period in the game where anybody had control for a period of time. It was literally you attack, and then as soon as we get it, we're going to try and attack. So, yeah, 7-5 would have been the correct score. Tough to find a man of the match as well. I mean, you could theoretically talk about the goalkeepers.
I was going to say Aaron Ramsdale was outstanding, keeps a clean sheet, and you say it could have ended 7-5, and you're right.
Yeah, Ramsdale was outstanding. Pope was outstanding as well.
Yeah, sure.
Odegaard was outstanding. I mean, Granit Xhaka, listen, like him or loathe him, he was absolutely in the middle of everything, good and bad for Arsenal. Martinelli was fantastic. I mean, Newcastle just as a unit going forward, they're just so good to watch. I mean, Isak, great on the eye. I mean, really, we could be here all day talking about all the good things in this game because there was so much of it. Some of the passing was excellent. Some of the one-time passing was excellent. Little triangles, not only in their own penalty box, but in the opposition penalty box in the middle of the park. I mean, it really was just for anybody who just likes to watch a game of football. You should watch this again. I mean, it was a fantastic game to watch.
From St James's Park. Your timing, sir, is absolutely spot on. It's like you had some sort of button and you just pressed Nicol to keep quiet so you could have your moment in the spotlight. What did you make of Arsenal today? And what did you make of that game? Because from a neutral perspective, it was magic.
Yeah, fantastic game. I think everybody is just trying to draw breath, really. I thought Arsenal rode their luck in the first 10 minutes, and you've got to say that if the penalty stands or if Jacob Murphy's shot doesn't hit the post and goes in, it's probably a completely different game because I think they looked all at sea really in that first 10 minutes. But after that, once they got a foothold in the game, I thought they were excellent, and I think they've answered a few questions about their mentality, about their durability, and also about their game management, because I think the way they stifled Newcastle, particularly getting in and around Bruno Guimaraes, and really stopped him getting on the ball and trying to dictate play in the first half, but also just the cleverness in the second half, the sort of stuff that would agitate anybody who's not a fan of Arsenal, really, going down cheaply to earn a free kick, wasting a bit of time from every goal kick, trying to just slow things down so Newcastle couldn't create a momentum and get this crowd, which was absolutely fantastic, raucous, loud, one of the loudest I've heard in a while before kickoff. It was all about breaking it up so that they could keep control of the game as much as possible. And I thought they were very good and did that very well.
It just shows you it's a matter of inches, because within 90 seconds of the first half, Newcastle could be ahead. Jacob Murphy's shot hitting the post. And within 3 minutes of the second half, it's Isak that hits the frame of the goal as well. So they could have found themselves either ahead or they could have found themselves on level terms, James.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? The pattern of both halves was quite similar, really, and Newcastle had their best spells in the first 10 minutes of each of them. And, these are fine margins. Fabian Schär free-headed 6 yards out at 1-0. That goes in. Again, it's a completely different game. It was a fantastic save from Aaron Ramsdale. I just thought on the balance of the chances that both sides created, I think Arsenal deserved to win. If you think about that period after they went 1-0 up, Gabriel Martinelli went through on goal, Bukayo Saka went through on goal, Odegaard had that one just on the stroke of half-time after a lovely little interplay between those three players. I just think on the balance of the chances that they created, they probably deserved it. But yes, look, in these big games, and particularly at grounds like this, you have to ride your luck in moments, and Arsenal certainly did that, but they took full advantage. There's only one team that's won here this season. I think that was Liverpool, and that was when Liverpool played against 10 men, I think, for 60, 70 minutes of that match. So to come here and beat them 11v11, particularly given just the context, the title's on the line here today. If Arsenal had lost this, it was over.
Yeah.
And what they've done is they've gone and secured a win that I think when everybody was working out their runnings and seeing where they might get points and where they might drop points, I don't think many had them winning here. And so this is a real step forward for them in that context. Real boost for them, back-to-back wins, puts the sort of wobble behind them and really turns the heat up on Manchester City, who, of course, have not just got the domestic running to worry about, but also a Champions League semi-final.
Yeah,
Do
Stevie,
you know
I don't think... Sorry, Stevie, I don't think anybody's saying it's Arsenal's best performance of the season, but do you think it was their most complete performance of the season?
Do you know what I think today did is kind of shut up anybody who thought that Arsenal had bottled anything.
Yeah.
You know, I think we saw today the reason why Arsenal dropped the points they have is because of the back line. You know, when you don't have your best centre back in Saliba, that's when the problem started for Arsenal. And they've played some real good football the whole season, and they haven't bottled anything. They've created chances and probably could have scored 3 or 4 goals in every single game they've stepped on the field. So I hope today silenced anybody who said that Arsenal had bottled this campaign, because I've always said that they hadn't. It just so happened that the back line that they were left with wasn't as good as it had been with Saliba in it. So I'm glad to see them playing the football the way Arteta said they always did, and today they got the rewards. And I'm with James. I think they deserved it in the end. Yes, they gave up some chances, but my goodness, they could have scored 7 themselves.
Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis, and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.